got questions and I've got the answers. Welcome to Ask Nekei Radio, where we chat about business and money motivations while learning the story behind the story. So this week's episode is my introductory episode for Ask Nekei Radio. I'm going to be talking about how to take an idea and start it in 2021. You know, we all have that idea where we've been procrastinating and just, never get around to doing it. So now is really the perfect time to not only begin finding, the most simple idea to start, but just getting ready to be motivated. Like, this is the year 2021. I mean, who's ready? We're here, right? We're almost halfway through the month of January. So we're going to talk about this week a little bit about what is an idea and how you can possibly figure out what idea you should take to the next level. Because each of the time that we feel like, hey, this is the idea I want to start, then there's something in the back of your mind that's like, I don't know if I should start that idea. But then you're like, hey, you know what? I'm going to start this idea. That one person that might be in the background might tell you, like, you know what, you're really good at this or you're really good at that. Why don't you start a business? I'm sure you've heard that many times, right? So whatever that is probably the business that you need to start. Not tomorrow, not the next day. I mean today, like literally today. So how do you really start an idea, right? First, you decide on the brand name. So you need to be able to figure that out. What is the brand that you're going to start? It could be X apples, whatever that may be, just write it down. You want to have a catchy name if you can. And with that catchy name, it'll help you to really figure out where you should really just start the business. Actually, what you can do as well as write at least 5 different names down and start it from there. Like, hey, you know what? I'm going to start this idea, and these are the names I'm going to start my business with, right? Then, after you start that, you want to be able to first figure out how are you going to present yourself, because, hey, at the end of the day, we all need a place in how we're going to collect money, right? We're not going to just start some business and then we have no place to actually collect the money. So, the easiest and best, most cost-effective way of starting any idea is, drum roll please. Okay, no drum roll. All right, you know where that is. Online. Yep, I said it. World Wide Web. World Wide Web. www. Yep, that's it. World Wide Web. So you need to be able to get on there and start that website. Yeah, exactly. Yep, that's what I said. Starting what? A website. Most people are so scared of website. Well, what should I do? Where can I get it? All right, you got your pen and paper? Are you ready? Go ahead now. First, we're going to go ahead and write website. Where can I get a website? Bing, bing, bing. Google.com can give you places where you can buy your first domain. You get that domain, some very great domain name holder that you can purchase through. I would recommend anyone from GoDaddy to Namecheap to Bluehost for a few. But please, definitely Google it, compare the prices, and see if that domain of that name that you wanted is available. And if it's available, you know exactly what you got to do. Buy it, click it, buy it, cash it. Yes, do it. Don't procrastinate. This is the year 2021 where we don't procrastinate, because guess what? You're in your house and you need something to do, something to keep you busy. Okay. So you're going to go ahead and buy that domain, set up a nice email address, and get that website. 1, 2, 3. Very, very, very simple. And guess what? It's only going to cost you, drumroll please, less than $50. I swear to you. It'll cost like, less than $50. All right. So once you got that completed, so now you've got your name, you've got your website, you've got your email address, and then you're going to figure out who's going to be your web host. You can go through GoDaddy or Wix.com or any of those providers that you think will be the best, right? After you do that, then what? Okay, so I got it, Nekei. Now what? All right, so you're going to figure out, what am I selling? Very simple. Sell, sell, sell. Can't make money if you're not selling something. Figure out what you're going to sell, right? So you're going to figure out how you're going to get your first customer. Yep, that's your homework. Figure it out. How am I going to get my first customer? You need to make that first sale. The first sale is the hardest sale. I swear to you, it's so hard. You're going to be emailing me like, I can't get that first sale. I really need help getting that first sale. And I'm going to be like, I gotcha. You know I do. So really and truly, once you get that first sale, it's like, I don't know, you're going to hear bells ringing. Yeah, no. This is not like something where you feel like, yeah, this is my first sale. No, like you're going to be happy. Like no one's been able to wipe that smile or that silly grin off your face kind of happy. Exactly. Yep. That happy right there, the one that you're smiling because you're listening to me on Ask Nekei Radio, that smile right there. Exactly. So now that you have your brand, you've got your catchy name, you've got your what you're going to sell, get that customer. It's very simple. Through those 3 ways, you're not only will you have just started like your first business for literally under $50, and I mean starting a business. Now you're like, okay, well, what am I going to sell? I don't even know. You're going to sell something that's not going to cost you a lot of money, because guess what? If you have to buy products and resell them, that's going to cost a lot. There's so many ways that you can either do businesses that don't really cost that much money, whether it's reselling other third-party items, which you actually don't have to, you be the reseller for those items, or start your own consulting business, babysit. I mean, there's so many ways nowadays that you can take your talent, but you've really got to figure out what is your talent and how you're going to figure out, I'm going to make money through my talent, because talents and money literally go hand in hand. You can make money off your talent. And with that talent, now you've created a what? An additional income stream. Now it's streaming in. Now you're going to be ready to figure this out. So with that new additional income stream, anything is possible. So in addition to that, with your income stream, now you have your new business. What are you going to do? Still thinking about it? I don't know. Nekei, I really need some ideas here. Don't worry. I got you. Keep listening to Ask Nekei Radio. I'm always going to be dropping jewels like this. Very, very interesting jewels that can help put more money in your pocket, keep you business and money motivated, because business and money go hand in hand, right? If you have great business skills, you make money. If you don't, you won't make money. It's that simple. Yep, life can be that simple sometimes. So now that you understand a little bit about that, I hope that you understand that your catchy name, your digital presence, getting your first customer, figuring out what you're going to sell, starting that website, all of that is right under the price of $50. And that's the most cost-effective way that you could possibly start any business idea in a jump start. This is the quick version, literally just a quick, simplified version. So I really can't wait to hear what you guys start next week. Say, hey, I listened to your show, and guess what? I started that idea, because at the end of the day, you know what? We only have this one life, and we've got to live it. It's 2021. Live your best life. Welcome back, and you're listening to Ask Nekei Radio. So, what is the story behind the story? This is the personal segment about Nekei Lewis, founder at Quirk, the story behind the story. And my story, a little bit briefly, is a little bit more about me. I am an entrepreneur, a lover of music, as well as graphics and real estate. And I started a business called, at that time, we're going to go back a few business ideas, because guess what? When you want to start your idea, sometimes that idea is not actually the idea you wanted to start, but you had that idea. So my first idea that I started was a printing and graphic design business, which through that business, I was able to meet a lot of business people and really, really brand myself. And I learned really the importance of having digital products, and how those digital products could literally save me time, money, and storage space. Now, even though for most of the time, I really didn't even know what I was doing, I just went with it. Sometimes you just gotta go with it. And when you're just winging it, and you morph along the way into whatever that idea is that's helping you to create that new stream of income, that's really the best thing that you can do for yourself. And you discover a lot about yourself too. Like, I discovered a lot of things I was good at. Like, I didn't even know I could do graphics. And then all of a sudden, I was doing graphics because I started my printing business called Cliche Brands. And people were like, hey, I need this business card design. I'm like, okay. So I started hiring graphic designers. And, I realized, like, I kind of like it a little bit more like this. Or I think you should do it like that. And I really had the eye for it. So I said, you know what? I'm going to learn how to do this too as well, because I love art and graphics, and I think it'll be a lot easier to get across my idea and kind of save my bottom line sometimes. Because if you don't want to have employees, and you're like, look, it's just me. I am the sole proprietor, the end all be all. Yep. Answer the phone, pack, ship, do it all. That's how it is in the beginning. And no one really talks about those things behind the story when it was just you and the idea. And then you started making your first sales. And then you just put up your website. And then it just all happened all at once for you. So for me, personally, my story behind the story is that I started that idea of doing my own graphic printing business digitally online before it really was popular. And I say that I really learned from that experience that when you want to create something, just do it. Because at first, it took me a while to make my first sale, but then I did what most people do or don't do, ask for referrals. Go around knocking on doors. Yeah, hey, I print some postcards. I said, look, I've got a special here. I'm printing X amount of cards for $50. Want to buy some? A lot of people did tell me no, and then a lot of people did tell me yes. And the customers that did tell me yes are still my customers today. A lot of them still continue to buy from me from that same reason, because they remember me going around and knocking on doors. So at the end of the day, being an entrepreneur is more than, hey, it's a fancy name and I'm an entrepreneur. No, it's literally knock on doors, create that brand, figure out the idea, get the customer, figure out your payment processing, how you're going to collect money. That's what it's all about. And I'm so excited that this year, I want to know, and feel free to reach out at info@asknekei.com. And I want to know, let me know any questions you have about starting your business, or any money questions about growth of how you can grow that business or your own personal portfolio, because your life is your portfolio and your life is exactly what legacy you're going to leave behind. So what business are you going to create, and how are you going to create it, and how fast are you going to create it? Because people talk about ideas for years. Sometimes they just never start that idea. I've got a few ideas on the back burner, like I've never actually started the idea, but it's just been like there, and it's like simmering, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then I never do it. So this is what you need to do this year, is figure out, what idea am I going to start? How am I going to start it? So what was the problem that I solved? So the problem that I solved was that business owners were very busy and they didn't have time to figure out and submit and get the graphics and then get the print done and then figure out what size and all that. So I really took out the guesswork for all of that and just proactively created that service for them. And through that, they were able to really save time and get great pricing. And my solution was easy pricing, full service. I'm here to help you. And that's what business owners appreciate. They really appreciate that help. So as a business owner and entrepreneur and a woman entrepreneur, I am so happy that I made that step in life, because it is a step that everyone should have. Regardless, even if you're working your job, there's no reason, especially in these times, like, why can't you have that side position or that side job or that side hustle? Like, literally, you got to get your side hustle on, because doors are open today, closed tomorrow. Some doors are all closing at like dramatically. Like, I just heard like Bed Bath & Beyond's about to close like 43 more stores. That is insane. That means a lot of people are going to be out of work. They're going to probably be going into the production side of it. And, they've got to figure something out or go on unemployment. And yeah, you're going to sit at home and collect money from the government for another 6 months? And then what? So what is your and then what? Like, how are you really going to create the life of your dreams? Get that idea going. That's what it's all about. Start that idea 2021. If you can't start it this month, plan to launch next month. Just plan it. You literally have to schedule it in your calendar, because I'm not saying, just start it. No, go online, get that domain, get everything, get those business cards printed or digital card printed online that, it can be submitted to anyone at any time. Get your Instagram going, Facebook, all of that. That's what you need to do. And through those things, you're going to do such amazing work this year. I can't wait. I love hearing about new businesses, and I love hearing about your questions. So don't forget to reach out to me on Instagram, or you can reach out to me, which is at AskNekei, at AskNekei on Instagram, or send your questions, comments at info@asknekei.com. Or if you would like to be interviewed on this show, feel free to also email and reach out. This week's quote of the week: do what you can with what you have where you are, by Theodore Roosevelt. I am a lover of quotes and keeping positive messages around. So do what you can with what you have where you are. And my opinion, and again, this segment and everything about this radio is my personal opinion, and you can take it or leave it. But hey, I'd rather have an opinion than no opinion, right? So what can you do with what you have? You've got an idea? Guess what? Start it. You're at home, where you are, start it. All you got is $100 to start it, then start it. You've got $50 to start it, start it. what I'm saying is do what you can with what you have, wherever you are. You can do it. I know you can. You can do it. Yes, you can. Yes. So I hope you have an amazing week and weekend. Don't eat too much. And I'm going to have and be cooking up some amazing things this year, including some one-of-a-kind interviews, story behind the stories with business people and people who actually make a lot of money, because that's what you also want to do, is make your own money, right? As a business owner, entrepreneur, we really want that life. We need that life. Yep, we need it. So again, thank you so much for tuning in to Ask Nekei Radio, where you can ask and we can chat business and money motivations while learning the story behind the story. I'll see you next week.